Well, hi guys, welcome to PABrewNews. We're going to do a little streaming right now because my birthday was on the 16th. But unfortunately, because of the way things just are, my birthday got kind of canceled because of the flu. So now I'm just going to have a good time. I want to stream a little Night of the Living Dead. See if we can get it going. See if we can get it. Actually, it looks pretty good comparatively if I have this kind of cloth over it. You can see the cloth that goes over there, there, there. I'll actually put a secondary. Just trying to get it so it looks good. I want to make sure it looks good. This might be too veiny. It's really hard to stream through the camera because of the fact that it's gonna bleed through. It's actually basically to white out the whole thing because of the way it looks. But you can actually see the movie now, so that's good. There we go. This was looking a little bit better before. I don't know what changed. There's a little bit of a difference in overall appearance. I had it before where you could see the film a lot better. Okay. See about killing some light. Plus, I completely forgot that I need a glass, and I forgot to get a glass. Trying to see if I can change things to make the camera pick up it a little better. There we go. It's picking it up pretty good. I'm in the dark, unfortunately, now, but, you know, it is what it is.
What? Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light. A lot of good the extra daylight does us.
But right now, I'm just trying to enjoy my birthday beer, my Java Cask from Victory Brewing Company, and I'm trying to stream Night of the Living Dead, one of my favorite films, shot in 1968 in Evans City, Pennsylvania. I have had many chances to get a chance to go out and see it. Love the place, love the cemetery.
No. Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Russ Schreiner was one of the executive directors and stuff, producers in the film because he worked at Leighton Image with George Romero. However, Johnny and Russ Schreiner's character were actually not recognized and not mentioned in the film, in the credits. So uncredited for this film. Yes, unfortunately, I had a bad respiratory infection and a flu on my birthday, so I didn't get a chance to enjoy this on my birthday. So now I'm enjoying it now, a few days after my birthday. Now that I'm a lot healthier and I'm off death's door, now I can actually enjoy some death and some zombie chaos. They shot this over at Evans City. This is the Evans City Cemetery. Right now, if you go back now, all the trees are pretty much gone. And the funny thing is, even though it looks like a very vast cemetery, all the film locations they used for this film were literally 20 yards away from the entrance of the cemetery.
Plain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
Beautiful beer. Beautiful beer. Smells so bourbony and lovely. This is the 2017 Java Cast I'm enjoying right now.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die. The caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year.
The first time I was actually at the Evans City Cemetery, we went and tried to seek out the film locations. And on this very gravestone, they had a replica of that cross that says "We still remember" sitting on the gravestone. So that was crazy, awesome nostalgia and memorabilia for us to see.
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh?
Don't mind me. I'm just trying to make sure if I can see to get this the best way I can, so it looks good for you guys. There's actually, I'm using my daughter's Halloween costume to mask the, yo, what's up, brother? Merry Christmas. I'm using my daughter's Halloween costume to kind of put veils over this. Otherwise, it's so bright and white, it kind of whites out the whole screen. But this little sheeting of Halloween costume seems to do a good job.
We were out here. It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you'll be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there. Well,
This is actually the 2016 Java Cast I'm drinking right now.
You're still afraid.
Stop it now, I mean it.
And 14.3 alcohol by volume. I really like this. It's about $22 a bottle. But however, now that I've had Goose Island, I actually like that a lot better than this.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
Introducing Bill Heinzman, the first ghoul, because they weren't called zombies then, they were called ghouls. And he was only 18 at the time. But he worked as a photographer for Leighton Image. Even though it looks like she's standing next to that tombstone is actually very short, so she was probably on her knees for that shot. Just to get, it's a very, very short tombstone. It says Kramer on it. Now here, there's a scene where she loses her shoes. She lost her shoes. And then the next scene, while she's running, you'll notice her shoes back on, but then it goes back off again. But that's the way things happen. This is one of the main first zombie movies where they were, well, they were called ghouls, but mainly, usually all the zombie movies before this were Haitian zombies, so more voodoo and stuff. So they had a lot of play to actually do whatever they wanted to. So they were picking up rocks and smashing windows and things. It was all new. I'm sorry, Joe, I didn't get that one. I'll check it out. This film was inspired by the Vincent Price film called Last Man on Earth, which was inspired by the novel I Am Legend. So without that film, this film would have happened, and without this film, the whole face of horror as we know would be completely different. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the 15 I gave you. The 16 is good. It's just aging a little bit. Oh, Last Man on Earth was an absolutely epic film. What's up, Raining? They never really quite topped Last Man on Earth because they did Omega Man with Charlton Heston. They did I Am Legend. They did a couple different variants of that film, but nothing quite stood the test of time like Vincent Price's version. There's one building left standing from Night of the Living Dead, and that happens to be the chapel at the cemetery. In 2012, they did a fundraiser called Save the Chapel, and restorations undertook and restored the chapel to its former glory. They actually got really lucky when they did this film. The farmhouse was going to be torn down, and they got rights to use the farmhouse. And then one of the main men that you see at the end that shoots Ben, actually named Vincent, did a lot of work restorating the farmhouse, getting the water running and things like that, so they could use it. And it actually took 2 years for them to film this. So very lucky on them. A lot of people can't just run into a house that you can do whatever you want to because they're going to tear it down anyway. And actually, the farmhouse is in very good shape as far as I'm concerned. I've lived there. It's a lot nicer than this piece of crap that I live in now. That was the chair, by the way. I am going to restore my piece of crap house. Don't worry. It's under restoration as we speak. A little bit of an embarrassing note. Me growing up, I've watched this film literally since I was born. And when I was a very young little kid, I always wondered how they got a cheetah pelt for the wall. And then after trapping school and hunting school and all this stuff, I watched this film again. I go, oh, that's a bobcat. That's not a cheetah. I'm a retard. But yet, when I was really young, I thought that was a cheetah for some reason. Bill Heinzman definitely didn't give up the zombie look from the first, because he is the first zombie, and he will be very. He passed away sadly in 2010 or 2009, but he did another film, and I have it somewhere. I can't. Here it is. It's Flesh Eaters. It's too dark probably for me to show it to you anyway. But he did Flesh Eaters in the late 80s, and he did the same kind of zombie makeup as the first one. He also went to produce Majorettes also. John A. Russo co-wrote Night of the Living Dead with George Romero. Also did co-writing, or wrote rather, the Majorettes, Midnight, Dark Craving, such as this, and they usually, Bill Heinzman, George Romero, John A. Russo, and stuff like to collaborate with each other on certain ventures afterwards.
Right.
Introducing Dwayne Jones, which sadly passed away in 1985 of a heart attack.
Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us. Truck is out of gas. This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out here if we can get some gas. Is there a key?
There's a lot of stigma around Dwayne Jones's performance in this film and casting in this film. A lot of people put Romero on a pedestal, saying about the racial innuendos and all this stuff that he like purposely put into this film. This was actually written for his friend Rudy Ritchie, but unfortunately couldn't be involved. He was a zombie later after he got back from Vietnam. But this was it was not actually written for a African American male to be the lead at all. It was simply they had a curtain call after after Rudy was not able to do the film, and Dwayne was just the best actor they found, and it just happened to be what it turned into be. Like they didn't realize the satire they accidentally put onto this film.
I'll see if I can find some food.
Because while they were driving the print to New York City to be screened, that's when Martin Luther King was assassinated too. And then they realized, oh my God, this film will never get shown because of what we just put on screen, as it were. Thankfully, it did get shown, and I never really looked at this as a very racially motivated film because obviously, as I just said, it wasn't meant to be. And I just never really looked at it that way growing up when I watched it. Some people did, but that wasn't race wasn't a big thing on my topic of interest growing up, I guess.
What's happening? What's happening?
Two of them. There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I
I know you're afraid, but we have
I don't know! I don't know! What's happening?
Not sure if this Java cast is going to last the film. Introducing John A. Russo as a zombie. He has the full-on raccoon look. I believe John Russo now has a film that's going around now and again in local and LCCs and stuff like that, community colleges, and they're getting shown now. It's My Uncle the Zombie, and John Russo plays the zombie, but it's been out for quite a while, but I haven't had a chance to see it yet, so I definitely would like to give that a go. I've met John Russo, and I've talked to him at length. He's a very good guy. You have to get him talking, and once you do, he's a very approachable, likable guy. Talks a lot about traveling and things like that. It's very nice. Met him when I was in Evans City in 2016. One of my favorite films of all time that he did was Midnight from 1982. I adore that film. And I'd like to go scouting for film locations at some point in time.
I know we're in here now. Don't look at it.
And the big snafu is you get to see John's eyes move to the side. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Most of the people that are in this film are local and part of the production office. So it's very community based. People basically got fed poorly, but that's the payment they got fed. It took $100,000 to make this film in total, which there's been more elaborate films made for less. But at the same time, for what this was at the time with film and all that stuff, $100,000 is definitely an amazing feat of cinematography for that amount of money. Especially the first that Image 10 and Latent Image got together, and this was their first full-length feature film. Before that, they did industrial films, commercials, industrial films for Calgon and whatnot, etc. If you watch the old Calgon commercials, you can see Carl Hardman and stuff in those commercials. They did a lot of Iron City commercials, things like that. Something of around Pittsburgh and localized around the Pittsburgh industrial marketing and commercialism.
Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some boards, something about the fireplace, something we can nail this place up. Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here till someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay?
Dwayne Jones wasn't a local Pittsburgh guy. Yo, what's up? What's up, Chris? Merry Christmas. Dwayne Jones wasn't a local guy. He came from a little delicatessen in New York, where a lot of the busboys and a lot of the waiters and all those stuff, they were all actors. He came from that, much as the same with all the guys from Dawn of the Dead. They were all busboys, especially Flyboy David. He was a busboy there. He got George would hang out there a lot, talk to the people. Nancy, George's wife at the time, would hang out, talk to the people, get information, and then they would do screen calls from being busboys and working in there and get in the loop, as it would. And they got a lot of the actors that way, especially for Dawn of the Dead. And by the way, nobody stockpiles wood under a shelf. They just don't do that. Just saying. It's just not a thing. But hey, movie magic. I know this must not be the best way to watch this film and stuff like that, but I've always wanted to stream this film and talk about it and just kind of do this. And this is the most DIY ghetto version I can kind of come up with. So hopefully you guys appreciate it to a certain extent. I really like Judith O'Dea's acting. Cheers, Chris. I really like Judith O'Dea's acting. And if someone is hammering, I'll tell you what, man. If someone is also, she's in shock too. But if someone is hammering is the loudest fucking thing you'll ever hear. If you're doing the hammering, it's very quiet. But if someone else is hammering, it's like, holy fuck, just shut up. You know what I mean? It's loud. I really do.
Yeah, this room looks pretty secure.
I guess Judith O'Day could be my first crush, if you know what I mean. Like, I just, the way she is, the way she holds herself, the way she acts, it just, it's very good. I like the way Judith O'Day kind of approaches her character, even though she has no film experience at all, no acting experience at all. Like, just most of the cast, except for like Carl Hardman and Marilyn Eastman, they have like the industrial film kind of commercial background. Pretty much everybody else is bone dry. They know what to do on the set, but they don't know how to act.
Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there. There's a radio in the truck. I jumped in to listen to it. When a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road. But there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it. Grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. Those things were catching up to it.
And thanks for everybody joining in. This is my birthday celebration. I was really sick with the flu and an upper respiratory infection during my birthday, so I didn't get a chance to do this. So I'm doing it now because, you know, we're here. So thank you for everybody tuning in and joining me with my birthday celebration now that I'm well and not at death's door. I want to share a beautiful film. That's all I wanted to do. That's my thing. Cheers. Well, happy birthday to me, to you, to everybody. I'm 37 now. Hopefully 37 has a lot of beautiful things waiting for me.
Still in the land. Screaming. This thing is just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if
I did do some history. I know you're older than me, but I did some history researches, and there's never been a Beekman's Diner in Evans City. I'm just saying, a little tidbit of information.
by now there were no more screams. I realized that
I'll shut up because this is the best acting
I was
ever.
alone with 50 or 60 of those things just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding
The best
in the
acting ever
cemetery.
just happened. I'm just saying.
Johnny and
Fucking fantastic.
Johnny. We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny. And he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?" We didn't
I do
know.
realize that it's still kind of white. It's not as
And
it's not as good as it should be. I'm sorry about that. I'm just trying the best I can with what I got.
it's hot in here.
Because even that, even an extra layer barely gives you probably anything.
And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road.
Hopefully that'll be a little bit better.
Slowly. And Johnny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And
I have so many cracks in my screen that I'm not sure if I'm looking at cracks or I'm looking at things in the screen.
And he grabbed me. He grabbed me. And he ripped at me. He held me and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
Oh, I screamed, Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me! And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran.
No film experience?
Johnny,
It's pretty fucking good. Come on.
we have to wait for Johnny. We better go out and get him. We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him.
Please!
We have got to go get Johnny. Please help me. Please.
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone.
Your brother is dead.
No, my brother is not dead.
Little snap, punch her in the face. It's almost like it was written for a black guy. Oh, I didn't say that out loud. Yeah, I did. That's funny. Dwayne just fucking pulls it off again. He opens her dress, her coat rather, make sure she's not too hot. And then later he finds shoes for her. Like, Dwayne is fucking owning this shit. It's amazing. I don't know. It's just this film has. I don't know how to describe it, but this film was like destined to happen. You find a house that you could do. You could find this fucking amazing actress. You find this. You find that. You find this, and it just becomes. It's almost like serendipity. This film is serendipity. It was meant to happen. Because you take out one element, just one element, and the film just falls apart. It's that integral.
These are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden,
Even though this is the first film that pretty much everybody's ever done, it's strong characters. Johnny is strong. Bill Heinzman does a good job. Judith O'Dea holds the film for like 25 minutes by herself. You know what I mean? Then Dwayne comes in and fucking rocks the show. Then Carl Hardman comes in and totally equates, I guess the word is, equates Dwayne. Like fucking back and forth the whole time. The whole time. Holds the show. And then Keith Wayne as Tom. Judith Ridley. I mean, they play it up and down and stuff like that. They keep Marilyn Eastman. They keep the show going, but it just rock star after rock star after rock star holds the show. Keeps this kind of integral flow going through this whole film. Without one of those, this whole film would be nothing. It's almost serendipity. It's almost serendipity that this film was made the way it is, how it is, with the fucking cast that they had, with that bare bones minimum production cost. Boom. Like, how do you do this again without, how do you even remake this with one of those characters not there? It would completely fall apart. And really, because this was a ghoul film, not a zombie film. They are fundamentally structuring the ground rules to every other zombie film after this film. This film is the keystone, the cornerstone, the monument, the pinnacle of the monument that holds it all together for everything that's come after it. Absolutely everything.
Announcing this conference says there will be an official announcement as soon as possible following that meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C. now tells us that the emergency presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. The extent of this latest meeting
It shows the cellar door. Oh, look, a cellar door. Oh, plot twist. Holy shit. Kind of foreshadowing a plot twist coming. Hindsight is 2020.
their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to stay tuned to radio and TV and to stay indoors at all costs. Late reports reaching this newsroom tell of frightened people seeking refuge in churches, schools, and government buildings, demanding shelter and protection from the wholesale murder, which apparently is engulfing much of the nation. Law enforcement officials are at a loss to explain more, even at this hour, even to theorize other reasons for this wave of murder. So far, we're able to give the public his summary. Chief T.K. Dunmore of Camden, North Carolina, was quoted as saying, quote, "Tell the people, for God's sake, to get off the streets. Tell them to go home and lock their doors and windows up tight. We don't know what kind of murder-happy characters we have here."
I actually remember watching a thing about Hogan's Heroes. It was at Red Stripes or Lucky Stripes. I think it was Lucky Stripes. They would go to the Hogan's Heroes cast and then just feed them cigarettes for free, like packets, cartons and cartons and cartons. Here, just keep on smoking these motherfuckers. Keep on smoking them on camera. Smoke, 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 smoke. Very different mentality to where it is today, where even the Looney Tunes where we grew up smoke cigars and stuff, and it's all pussified to an amazing extent. But it's kind of interesting. In 50 years, how so many things can change, from the way our grandparents to our parents to ourselves have grown up, and the next generation has been pretty much. I hate to use the word pussified, but pussified to an amazing extent.
Other cities have determined that none of this kind of mass murder has yet been reported west of the Mississippi River, except in the extreme southeastern portion of Texas. Similar killings have been reported around the Houston and Galveston, but nothing like
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
It was only late yesterday.
Oh, and these.
Yeah, it says we're doing pretty good.
Kind of national emergency. When first reports began filtering in, newsmen and law enforcement agencies were of the opinion
This
that
place is boarded up pretty solid now.
in nature. However, as these
We ought to be all right here for a while.
dramatically, it was soon apparent
We have a gun,
more than
bullets,
a run of lawlessness.
food, and the radio.
It was suspect an obscure kind of conspiracy.
Sooner or later, someone bound to come and get us out.
Creatures from outer space. So again, we join with law enforcement agencies, urging you to seek shelter in a building. Lock doors and windows securely.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Of any suspicious stranger. And keep tuned to your radio and television for survival instructions and further details of this continuing story.
Look, I don't know if you're hearing me,
In the absence of any
but I'm going upstairs now. If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there, and I'll be down to take care of it.
We repeat, this radio station
Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay?
here is
Okay.
Dateline. What is Cumberland, Maryland? Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers.
Introducing Kyra Schoen for the first time. Kyra Schoen is actually Carl Hardman Schoen's, or Carl Hardman rather, is his daughter, and she was only 13, I believe, or something like that at the time. And this is her body that he's about to drag away. This is her technically first appearance in Night of the Living Dead. That's her feat. I actually had a beautiful chance to meet her in 2016. Very aged, quite aged considering when I first met her
Consistent reports
in
from
this film.
witnesses to
So
the effect that people who acted as though they were in a kind of trance were killing and eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are
on
eating
this
the
Zenith
flesh
radio
of
is
the people they
Craig.
murdered. Repeating
Craig,
this,
I can't
Major
remember his
Alden
last
West
name off
received
the top of my
bulletins
head.
from Cumberland, Maryland.
Craig, he was a very nice guy. I got a
Civil
chance to meet
authorities
him.
that murder
He
victims
was,
show
you'll
evidence
later
of
see
panic
him in a
partially
news
designed by their murderers.
bulletin
Medical
where
examination
he
of
was
victims'
doing
bodies
the
shows conclusively that the killers are eating the
narration
flesh
in
of
that
the
news
people they killed.
bulletin. But Craig was a very
So
nice man.
this incredible story
Absolutely
becomes
class
more
act.
ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and passing on to you. Reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening, and it would appear that no one is safe from this
Keith
wave
Wayne.
of mass
We're from town. A radio.
County, Pennsylvania, the Butler County Sheriff has verified that reports of murder being partially eaten by their slayers is true. No further details available at this time. However,
What you guys do down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How are we supposed to know what was going on? There have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl.
Carl Hardman is fan-fucking-tastic.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on down there. We thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well, if there were more, the racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Carl Hardman is so fucking good.
Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
Hashtag Cooper was right. Hashtag Cooper was right.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood? His wife and kids downstairs. The kids hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could
The saddest thing is Tom here, Keith Wayne. Apparently, he became a dentist and then later killed himself. I don't know how he killed himself. All I know is he killed himself.
You got a million windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them.
He's
slide
the
these things out.
well, I mean,
Those things don't happen.
it's all sad when people die because Dwayne Jones heart attack, but he's the only one that I know is like that sad state. You know what I mean? That
That's my point.
suicide, sad stuff. You know, he's the only downer, I guess, amongst the
As soon
group.
as they know we're here, this place is gonna be crawling with them.
Well, if they're that many.
He's gonna give us wherever we're gonna be.
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fix it so it
The
locks
cellar's a
door
death
from the
trap.
inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we never know where they were gonna hit us next. You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place.
I like the cellar. Cellar's a good idea because Cooper was right.
We'd be done for.
You need to understand if you want to look at it in a racial way, the white guy was right. Oh, holy shit! Look at that.
If a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But of course, it wasn't written that way. It wasn't written into a.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
I don't know. Maybe 6 or 7.
Look, you two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what.
The one thing, like now I look at it, like if I look at this film, I don't know about you, but if I look at this film,
We can make it to the cellar if we have to.
I don't think it would have made such a
So let's at least consider this one.
indentation, I guess, in the film noir or whatever if Dwayne Jones wasn't black, because
At least up here you have a fighting chance.
unfortunately that narrative to me is bullshit. I don't give a fuck if he's black, white, purple. It doesn't matter to me. To me that doesn't matter. But to most people that matters. And the narrative that Cooper and Dwayne have back and forth makes this film so much more pertinent to society. And I think that's why this film grew so fast. To me, it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck like white, black, purple. I don't give a fuck. But to me, I just love this film. I've always loved this film ever since I was 4. I will always love this film until I'm 94, which hopefully I will never get that fucking old. So there you go. But I think the thing that makes this film live forever is misappropriation of facts about this film. And then of course, when people do watch this film without any facts, any intonation of facts, it just what they take from this film makes this film. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that perception makes reality. There's a couple different nuances about that makes this film kind of stand the test of time. And but there you go. You got your full butt right there, and a little bit of half tit. And Marilyn Eastman as a zombie eating a fucking fake cockroach. There you go. Fact. A Marilyn Eastman fact. Because she was bored of being just an actor, or an actress rather. She wanted to be a zombie. So they made her a zombie and they let her eat a fucking bug off a tree.
I'm taking the girl with me. Leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else is up here too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. The radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now if you're going down the cellar, get. The man's insane.
The man's insane. He's insane.
We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
Is this your house?
We've got a right. You going down there with him? Well, yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush. Listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly. I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows. Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid. That old man is so stupid. Now, get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
Ooh, fuck me.
You know, I won't open this door again. I mean it. Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could... With my help?
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute.
Judy?
Judy, come on up here.
No, I'll tell you what. Introducing Judith Ridley. Cute as a fucking button.
It's all right. Go ahead. If we stick together, man, we can fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper, we'd all be a lot better off. All three of us were working together.
Hey. Hey, kid.
Now, of course, if you really look at it... message retracted. No, sorry about that. But if you look at this film, of course, they just, the three men are working together, blah, blah, blah. That's sexism. I get it.
Well,
But,
safe now. Boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there and let them.
he's just such a dick. I love Mr. Cooper. He's such a fucking prick piece of shit. It's great.
Screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take
Of course
any
not.
unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
He's such a dick. There, kill that pack of cigarettes. Fucking kill that shit. You bald fuck.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Most of the basement scenes was actually filmed at Leighton Image in Pittsburgh. So all this was actually in Pittsburgh at Leighton Image basement.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them. Too many ways those monsters can get in up there. We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Whatever it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs there in the news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs?
All of a sudden, the woman's angry, and the man listens to what she has to say. Oh, crazy!
There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
We are staying down here, Ellen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us to tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon?
Oh, kill that cigarette. Yeah, there you go.
We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything.
That's right.
Those people aren't our enemies.
Miss Cooper, Ben found a television set upstairs.
Let's go up. Tom?
Yeah.
If Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Okay, yeah, right away.
And we now go from Pittsburgh. Nope. Oh shit, I missed it. Now we go from Pittsburgh
Nothing's good.
to Evans City, Pennsylvania, because
Do this for me.
that's what we do with editing.
Okay, open up.
Yeah. Pittsburgh.
I'll take good care of her, Helen.
She's all I have.
She's all I have. Why don't you go upstairs now?
And Evans City, Pennsylvania. Ha ha! Editing. It's the best. Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing. I gotta go help Ben with the television.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here. Give me one of those.
I love Harry. He's such a dick.
Her brother was killed.
And they talk about these windows. I can't see fixing a damn thing. There could be 15 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
It's good times.
Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's a socket over here.
Oh no, I haven't tried the 2018 Mad Elf. I like Mad Elf, but the thing is with me is I like Mad Elf with age on it because Mad Elf is a little bit too boozy, a little bit too much cherry, like cough medicine forward. It's just a little bit too much forward on those notes. That's why I like to sit on Mad Elf for like 3 or 4 years, and then you start getting like that more nuance of the Belgian house kind of characters coming through and blending with that cherry and that the ethanol alcohol and stuff like that. So I definitely like to age Mad Elf and like let it mature. Actually, if you've never done that, please do that. Give it a go because you'll just become a little bit more that full-bodied Belgian beer mixed with that nice cherry nuance. Yeah. Even like 3 or 4 years, it's a lot better than fresh. Definitely age those beers. Yeah, but yeah, it gets the job done. But there's so many other Belgian beers there that you can drink more fresh to get those nuances. Even a good Chimay, like Chimay doubles and stuff like that. If you get a chance, do like Vestmal, Trapel, La Chauffe, Slapmuska. There's like more traditional Belgian beers that would give you more for less. But if you're gonna get like especially like the Grand Cru, Mad Elves, let them age. Oh yeah, Hop Slam. Hop Slam is a beautiful beer. Big old boozy motherfucking Hop Slam. Lots of hops, lots of fucking Canadian sugar, like honey malts. Give you a good tone. Doesn't hit you with the ABV too hard. Excuse me. But Hop Slam is a beautiful 10% extra ale or extra double stout or a double stout or imperial, whatever you want to call it. Double IPA, not a stout. I'm a fucking retard. Double IPA or imperial IPA or whatever IPA you want to call it. But it's really nice because they use those Canadian honey malts in Hop Slam, so it has a beautiful wildflower honey and caramel back to it. Yeah, number one beer of all time. That's great. If you like Hop Slam, there's a lot of beers out there, especially Devil Dancer. Devil Dancer from Founders is a beautiful beer for you. A lot of good beers out there.
All the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you recall, started back
There's
Earth,
Greg, crazy good guy.
That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed.
If you look in the background, you'll see a woman typing with a beehive. Her name's Paula. Paula was actually one of the zombie in that kind of night dress, that pajama dress. That was her too. So she actually plays 2 roles in this.
Try to get out of here. How are you going to get over to that pump? Look. You're coming from a meeting regarding...
No, I mean, yeah. Obviously, I'm just pretty much, I tell you what it is, and I'll respond, and there you go. Pretty much that's accurate.
Connection. A definite connection.
And this is they actually went to Washington, D.C., so you'll actually see the Washington White House in the background. And they went there to kind of, the reason they made this film in Washington, it was more of that kind of juxtaposition. It's going, look at us. This is how important we are. We were actually filming in Washington. Look how important we are. And hopefully it translated to the film.
Until this is irrefutably proved.
Everything is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
And they did it with no, like, actually confirmation or warrants or licenses. They kind of just went there and guerrilla filmed it, which is the best part about the whole fucking film, is the fact that they guerrilla filmed right in Washington.
Radiation enough to cause mutation under certain
What channel are you watching? This is I'm watching my own channel at the moment. This is PA Brew News, and I'm streaming on DVD Night of the Living Dead in 1986 in Pennsylvania. That's what I'm actually streaming this off DVD. I have a film here, so you can actually see it through all the whiting, and that's what I'm streaming right now because this is my. I was gonna do my birthday stream on the 16th, but I was bogged down by the flu, so I'm doing my birthday stream today with a beautiful big imperial stout.
Space science and technology.
Willard, I saw a sign that said Willard.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here.
If you take Route 68 from Butler, Pennsylvania, it'll take you right through Evans City, Pennsylvania.
The lady upstairs dead.
Lehigh Valley.
We went down and
I'm over in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
it's pretty strong. How could we possibly?
So if you take the 86 through Butler, Pennsylvania, take 86 to that area, it'll take you right through Evans City, Pennsylvania. Then you hit Xenopole and hit 95. It'll take you right down to Pittsburgh. So either if you go up from Pittsburgh or whatever, that's how you get to Evans City, Pennsylvania.
Yes, we have some answers. But first, let me stress the importance of seeking medical attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injury.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Now, how about the basic?
Look, you go down there and tell Judy. Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated.
You might seem like the funny thing is
And began to move its
you might seem like it looks really shitty on camera, but if I didn't put these veils in front of it from the Halloween costumes, you couldn't see anything. So actually, it looks really, really good on camera. Comparatively, without those things, it just looks completely white. It's kind of crazy. I hurt. That's Cara Schoen,
I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want. Thank you, Judy.
which is Cara Hardman's daughter.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
I'm actually gonna get a new beer because I just drank this.
It's only a matter of minutes.
Well, that just give people time to make
Oh, you grew up in PA? Man, PA. I mean, PA is like no. I don't know. I try to tell people PA is like no other place in the world. It is the best Commonwealth ever, and there's something about PA that's just amazing. Oh, Fegley's. Fegley's is actually, if you want to watch Fegley's review, watch PA Brew News' 1000th review, and we do I do Arctic Alchemist from Fegley's from 2001, something like that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get another bit. Woo.
I'll look for the bottles. There's a big key ring down there, or maybe a key to the gas pump on it. I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave the door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to the truck. Before we go, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it, then. You and I'll go. We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. Now let's move it.
except for the rescue station, which has been set up. Indications are that before this emergency is over, we'll need many, many more such rescue stations.
You always have a smile for me. smile like that all the time. I'm gonna be happy.
I'm back. I have a.
Come on, honey, we gotta move.
What's good? Well, I have a Bourbon County brand stout from 2018. I mean, it's about 15.4 alcohol by volume. So there you go. That's what's good right now.
As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even.
Oh yeah, baby.
I know.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying some beautiful Pennsylvanian history with Night of the Living Dead, 1968. It's one of my favorite films.
Well, the television said that's the right thing.
Oh shit! Well, good for you, man. Hopefully they age like champs.
Come on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
My family came from Pittsburgh area, so I have a lot of
And I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't
kind of historical background with this film anyway. My grandmother knows all the area of Pittsburgh, all this, all that, you know.
But there's gonna be
One of the people that you will see later, a news reporter, it was Bill Carradine, Cardell rather. It was Chili Billy.
Remember when we had the big flood?
That they just used regular pancake makeup for the ghoul.
Remember?
Oh, So Much Better was 2018. With the ghoul makeup, they used a lot of gray pancake makeup. I mean, because Marilyn Eastman was actually doing the makeup for the thing, and she never really did full scale makeup for anything before, especially zombie makeup. So most of the film, like, she progressed as she went along, but at first it was full scale, just fucking gray, white, raccoon makeup, and then she got better as she went along. Unfortunately, when I saw in 2006, I got a chance to get a Marilyn Eastman autograph photo because by that time she got too sick to actually go to shows. So unfortunately, I have her a fresh autograph, but I've never got a chance to meet her because she got too sick. And that's the sad thing. You have to understand, this film just got its 50th anniversary. Do you know what I mean? 50th anniversary. So most of these actors are either dead or dying. And that is the saddest fucking thing in the world. But it's a reality. Unfortunately, Bill Cardell, the year rather I went to go see him, he passed away of cancer. And so I didn't get a chance to meet Bill Cardell. But I had a lot of lovely stories about my father. I can. I don't really do, but I can. But I don't. I have a lot of beautiful stories from my father telling me about Chili Billy and listening to him as he grew up and stuff like that on the radio. So it's nice having that kind of local connection back in time with all this stuff. My parents knew when this was going on. My parents had video, not video, but like newspapers clip of when Dawn of the Dead was looking for people to show in the film. You know what I mean? It's really important. I love the fact that I have that local connection. But if I can get beers, I totally will. Trade beers, send beers out, have beer mails and all that stuff. So if you're looking for something, please let me know. I don't have a Facebook. If you want to hit me up at Paul Romali on Messenger, you'll find me. Cowboy hat, glasses, boom boom bam. Hook me up. I'm going with him. No. I'll stay the fuck outside of that bitch.
Well, if you come
Judith really is so cute, isn't she? She's so fucking cute. She's actually one of the main stars. I'm actually Pop, you're a conf? I don't know what that means. I didn't see that. I have a lot of cracks and fucking shit on the side of the camera. But yeah, hook me up. We'll work on beer trades and shit. There's a film called There's Always Vanilla, and then Judith Ridley stars in that film, and she gets really naked. And I'm so glad I met her before that, because I would just be focusing on her breasts the whole time. And I was like, whoa, that'd be awkward. So I'm glad I saw There's Always Vanilla afterwards, because oh my god, she's hot. And she's like, the funny thing is, she looks like she's like 45 years older, but at the same time, she still looks fucking good looking. You know what I mean? It's like, holy fuck, you're still cute. Holy shit. And she's Russ Striner's fucking wife. I was like, you're way fucking uglier than you should for your wife. I was like, holy fuck. You lucky bastard. And that pays a lot, man. Remember, if you want a good looking wife, make a lot of money, because money is very, very valuable when you're looking for a wife. Make a lot of money, guys. Try to make as much money as possible, because women don't give a fuck what you look like. It makes how much you earn a fucking year. I'll tell you that. There you go. Waco Part 2. What a cookout. And girls, don't wear jackets when unnecessary. Because your jacket gets caught and then you blow up. I'm just saying. Well, if you want to go for guys with no money, go with me. You know what I'm saying? Go with me. Don't even get me started with the guys that you go for. Don't even get me started. Alright? I might have to fly out there just to smack you. That's what I'm saying. Actually, that last scene where the zombies were going around that fire pit, that was basically the most known scene of all the VHSs and everything like that. Yeah, it almost has a chemical smell in my brain, remembering those old VHSs in my dad's basement and all those things. But it's so interesting knowing that they're just dudes. They're just the local guys. They're the local yokels that want to be in a film. You can do these films. You can still make films with heart and soul. You can do these films. You just have to. Most local films, unfortunately, they focus on bad actors, bad actresses because they're free. It's what it seems to me. Is it doesn't mean structure, plot, twist, blah blah blah. They focus on getting the cheapest thing they can find, the cheapest actors, and they just implode because they can't handle it. These last the test of time. These films last the fucking test of time, even though they're doing bare minimum actors, bare minimum this, bare minimum that. I'm 37. I just turned 37. And it's just so fucking amazing seeing these films now. I think a lot about at the same time, like, I hate to say it sounds so negative, but I think that communalism has kind of gone away. I don't know if I got your contact info. I have to check it out. If I did, I'll let you know. If I didn't, I'll let you know. But I think like there's Paula right now walking around in a little nightgown, but she was the beehive worker in the studio, which was actually Leighton Images editing studio, but they made it into a fucking newscasting studio. And most of those were that's Marilyn Easton right there, but most of those were editors working on scripts and stuff like that. Like, oh, we'll become zombies. You have a communalism. We'll make this film happen. We'll do this. It's a lot of fucking barbecue with extra barbecue sauce on it and stuff like that, and people are just chowing down, man. It's what I love about film. This film makes me want to do film because it has this communalism, this vitality to it, where everybody gets together and it doesn't matter how many years it takes. We're all into it. We have a good time. We're all friends, and we make a fucking film. And it's so rare that this actually becomes reality anymore. It's so rare that those little nigglers of this condensation becomes of actual segmented magma reality. It's very rare this actually happens.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know. We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
Johnny has the keys.
To that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit on the arm.
What's wrong?
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
Barely.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
Well, one of us.
One of us could try to get to the car.
You're gonna turn over by yourself?
You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
That could be started.
Started.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
Well, thank you everybody who's watched. I mean, thank you for the 2 watchers. It means a lot. Beautiful birthday present for me. I mean, I'm just enjoying it. And the fact that I have 2 people watching, 2 enjoying what I'm enjoying, it means a lot to me. So thank you very much. And hopefully it looks okay. You know, like I said, no, this is 2018 Bourbon County Brand Stout. But I do homebrew. So I'm gonna get my homebrewing going. But when I start doing homebrewing on a major scale, I'm gonna start my homebrew channel, which all the proceeds from my homebrews go to local charities because I would like to do that.
Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation.
Hopefully my
Conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania.
yeah, absolutely. If you want to trade, we should trade.
All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull. Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by the radiation, the plan is kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
Oh my God. Yeah, keep in touch. Absolutely.
Chief McClellan, how's
This is Bill Cardell, man. Chili Billy, right here.
You want to get on the other side of the
And George Costanza as the sheriff is the best goddamn fucking sheriff I've ever seen in a film.
Those last 3 we caught
somebody was in there. There wasn't, though. We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off, blasted them down.
I am so goddamn glad.
Okay, Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would
Yeah,
I
I'll
stand a
keep.
chance?
Yeah, absolutely keep in touch.
If you had a gun, shoot 'em
But
in the head.
I'm so glad I got a chance to meet George Costanza, the sheriff. He is such a great guy. I love his fucking performance in this film, and I got a chance to tell him how much I fucking loved it before he died. And of course, Bill Cardell died the year before I got actually a chance to see him, which was very sad.
They're
All messed up. They're dead. They're all messed up. That was my favorite fucking line by him.
24 hours?
Well, we don't really know. We know we'll be in.
My dad used to tell me all about listening to Chili Billy, which is George Cardell. He used to tell me all about listening to him, like the spooky stories and shit, and all the fucking music he used to play.
WIC TV 11 News.
It's so great that I got a chance to hear my dad talk about this kind of stuff. Talk about when Night of the Living Dead was actually first released, and I got that history. I got history meets reality all through my blood. I love it. I just love being, well, whatever that was. I love being Pennsylvania. I love the fact that Night of the Living Dead was in my blood. It was in my family. It was always around me, and it was one of the best influences to my life as far as a filmmaker. Just enjoying horror music as a whole, and hopefully you guys actually I actually got back into filmmaking too, so hopefully you guys will get a chance to see a couple films from me by the end of the year. Not the end of this year, but the end of 2019. So anyway, everybody who watched me this whole time, thank you and cheers, and Happy New Year.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get the cellar. Get the cellar now. Move!
Mr. Cooper was right. Just saying. Oh, 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 fuck. And Judith O'Day comes alive to save the day. Oh shit! And Merritt Leesman's like, fuck this, I'm out. Doesn't try to help her at all. trying to just go downstairs like a bitch. Oh, baby, give me that trout and shove it in my chest, motherfucker. No! No! Oh yeah, sex. That's what it's called, sex. Oh yeah. The whole time, fuck it. I'll just leave the other two alone. Whatever. Of course, Johnny comes to save the day. A little bit late though. I'm kind of in zombie format. And what we don't seem to talk about is the fact that Judith O'Day is the worst victim in the whole film. She gets eaten alive. And no other fucking victim in the whole film gets eaten alive. She is the worst victim in the whole fucking film. She gets eaten alive the whole fucking time, okay? No one else gets that. There's Kyra Shone, the little girl. And Kyra getting pushed to the ground made such a stink with the editors. It's amazing. That, child abuse, the whole deal. It's amazing. And you know what? Cooper was right. I think you can get a chance to see the girl's booty again. And actually, there's a couple shots of George Romero here rocking that's George Romero right there. I like the fact that that three bullet shot was only because you were right. That fucking Whitey was right, and that's why I had to shoot him 3 fucking times. Because other than that, you were wrong, motherfucker. You were wrong. And he's only one. Oh, by the way, if you want a very nice release of the soundtrack, please check out waxworkrecords.com, waxworkrecords.com. made a beautiful Night of the Living Dead double fucking LP release of all the soundtrack. Please do get that. Support Waxwork Records as much as possible. They do amazing shit. And thank you to everyone who watched, enjoyed, and kind of got into this whole Night of the Living Dead thing. I appreciate this amazingly. Of course, let's do it at this party, of course. But here we have a little bit more Bill Cardell, a little bit more George Heinzman here talking. George Kassan is like one of the best. He's the best fucking backwoods sheriffs I've ever seen in a film. They have George Kassan right there and Bill Cardell.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
No, Bill, I check the office, see what's happening. All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with us, and everything appears to be under control.
I'd like to thank everybody who watched this film, watched it with me, hopefully enjoyed my kind of retrospective on my point of view of the film. It's been a big film ever since I was a little kid, all the way to now. It's something that has touched me, and all like in a more metaphysical way too, because the fact that my parents grew up in the Menneson, Pittsburgh area, all the way to here. It's something that really just kind of integrates me into Pennsylvania and the Pennsylvania lifestyle, and all the films that came from this film. Night of the Living Dead was, of course, the first of many films that came through this. Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Martin. You can start counting Martin, Midnight, Dark Cravings, Major Rats. I mean, you could start counting Flesh Eaters. You can start counting all the films that were attributed to this film. Not even close to among all the films that came after this. And I like to say thank you to everyone who watched us, and everybody who made films after this, and everybody who appreciated films after this. I'm going to stop talking right now. And right now, let's just focus on the end, because the end is haunting and beautiful.
Get up here. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire? You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here. All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house. There's something there. I heard a noise. All right, man. Hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
That is the best, absolutely the best ending to a film ever. As far as I'm concerned, it's so good. With Kyra Schoen, Charles Craig, and Bill Heisman, George Kisana, and Bill Carradine, baby. It just totally just fucking knocked it off, and yeah. And, yeah, I just fucking loved it too. Anyway, doesn't really matter. You